Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome to a special video where today we will be going over the new Madden 21 trailer that was just released today and all the news that came out about Madden 21 as well. So there's a lot of new information about Madden NFL 21 that we're learning, and I have a fact sheet in front of me that I'm just gonna pretty much read verbatim for you guys, talking about all the new features and everything like that, new improvements to gameplay. We're gonna start off with the face of the franchise rise to fame. So like I said, I'm reading this fact sheet verbatim to you guys. Be the face of a new generation poised to change the game and prove your skeptics wrong and face of the franchise rise to fame. Push the limits of your legacy, leave your mark, and shatter expectations as you rise to Canton immortality in a way only you can. As you recount your Hall of Fame journey, the stakes have never been higher. For the first time ever in Madden, kick off your career as a high school quarterback and choose to pivot to a running back or wide receiver in college. Okay, so this is interesting. This is kind of a Lamar Jackson-esque storyline where you don't have your position for the NFL set right away, and some of the scouts are asking you to change positions potentially, so that's interesting. The way you play determines the story you write, affecting your legacy as you rise up the draft ranks and go all out to establish your status as an NFL immortal. So I'm not too sure what this means for the actual NFL journey you go through. I don't know, this is just like the story mode that is a precursor to playing in the NFL, and if there's anything actually added to face of the franchise this season besides like a new story. Last season you played the college games, and then it was like nothing. It was just like a normal NFL my player mode, right? So we'll see what happens there, what changes. So next bullet point, we have Madden Ultimate Team. Pull up for a brand new season of fresh and fun Ultimate Team content and competitive team building. Earn MUT coins via Ultimate Team challenges and finesse your depth chart via strategic decisions. Flex your fantasy roster, compromise of current NFL superstars, Hall of Fame legends, and more. Hone your skills and go all out in head-to-head seasons, MUT drafts, or MUT squads to receive even more rewards that can apply to your Ultimate Team campaign. So nothing really new there. The only thing that I can notice is that this confirms that MUT draft and MUT squads will be back for Madden 21. Not that there was much of a doubt about MUT draft, but MUT squads, kind of comes and goes, so good to see EA still supporting the team play feature of Ultimate Team. Next bullet point, Superstar KO. So this confirms Superstar KO is coming back, which is cool because it was a really cool addition to Madden 20. Squad up and take down the competition in Madden's fastest co-op eliminator mode, featuring 5-minute games, unique stadium and commentary, dynamic rules, and icons of football culture. So the 5-minute game thing is pretty interesting. I don't know, that's a game clock added, because normally in Superstar KO it's just each team gets one drive, and if the score is tied, you go to overtime. So this might be Superstar KO switching up the tempo for Madden 21. The 5-minute timer, I don't know exactly how that's gonna work. Like, can one team that starts with ball drain the entire 5 minutes, like put on shoe clock? I don't know how that's going to work out. The icons of football culture, we can only assume means that the likes of Lil Yachty and Snoop Dogg and, even Odell Beckham Jr. as a head coach, all that stuff's still going to live on, and maybe some new additions to the Superstar KO, either coaching tree or roster, as far as, fantasy players you can add, celebrities, all that good stuff. So, next up, franchise. Play through a full NFL career and leave your legacy as a player, coach, or owner with a single player and multiplayer online connected franchise. Compete with up to 32 teams in your quest for Super Bowl dynasty. Completed season with a bid for the annual Pro Bowl and earn seasonal rewards. That's absolutely nothing new. So for people expecting franchise news, we'll have to wait a couple of weeks hopefully, and that's big for us. Of course, we're running this Miami Dolphins franchise and probably gonna do a franchise in Madden 21 as well. Next up, exhibition. Complete in head-to-head online and offline games, single player offline against CPU. Customize your game settings, time of quarter, rules, stadiums, uniforms. So that's just normal online head-to-head. They're just kind of letting you know the modes that are in the game. So now we move on to the real bread and butter of this little spreadsheet that we have here, gameplay. Move the chains or stop a drive with new gameplay mechanics that offer enhanced levels of control on both sides of the ball. By the way, I'm just reading this for the first time, so if I stutter a little bit, that's because I'm actually learning something, just reading through this thing. So here we go. New ball carrier special moves in parentheses skill stick. Go ham with innovative ground game moves made to inspire creativity and get crafty with the all-new skill stick ball carrier system. Chain together evasive skill moves like stop on a dime, stutter step, spin, slide hurdle, and dead leg for brand new combinations that set up amazing gameplay movements. Immediately to me, this reminds me of the way you can chain together moves in a basketball game like NBA 2K or NBA Live, and you can, if you're a point guard, you can do like a in and out, behind the back, and a little hezzy crossover, all that kind of good stuff, right? So, this is just more than your normal juke and spin. If you chain together these moves, you might be a more evasive runner. You might be able to, juke one guy and immediately spin the next guy nearby if you can time it right. This could potentially be OP. This could potentially lead to more big hit fumbles if people are not doing moves correctly. I like the stop on a dime, slide hurdle, dead leg, all these new terms because it's different than normal spin and juke and back juke that we're used to, right? So, the only concern for me is that, running is already OP in Madden 20, and, they might be working on making it even more OP, so, I don't know. We'll have to see. Of course, there could be improvements to, defense, whether it's D-line or linebackers controlling the run game, plugging up gaps and all that stuff. Let's move on to the next bullet point in the meantime. New user-friendly pass rush mechanics. Okay, let's see this one. Feel fully in control with specific pass rush moves and combos all on the new skill stick. Alright, so this skill stick, I don't know if it's just the right trigger or what, but they're really hyping up skill stick here. Choose the move you want via a directional stick input with full control to branch a combo move at any time. Execute the pass rush move strategically. Defenders have limited moves allowed per play, and offensive linemen will start building up resistance to moves performed repeatedly. So make sure you mix up the repertoire to maximize potential. That's interesting. One, immediately that sticks out to me is that the offensive line is going to remember what is done. On paper, that sounds like a great idea. Of course, we know in the game of Madden, if one of these moves is OP, the offensive line will probably not be able to adjust. So, we'll have to see just how adaptive these O-linemen are, and otherwise, this pass rush stuff could be pretty crazy. This sounds like a great gift for D-line user players, which honestly, man, even though the real unspoken code in Madden is that D-line users are bums, I actually like this because, I feel like the D-line guys, you just either hit A or B, you're kind of just spamming buttons. This actually adds a little bit of skill to being a pass rusher on that D-line or, outside linebacker or something like that. So I actually like the fact that they're trying to improve this, and, even though, it's quote-unquote bum-friendly, I think it's, if done right, a cool maneuver. You think about team play and stuff like that. Sometimes you got a buddy that just runs the D-line. Maybe they could be nice with it with the skill stick combos. So next up we have AI, so the artificial intelligence, the CPU. CPU control teams and QBs will start making in-game adjustments to your tendencies. So right away it just sounds like offline play or offline franchise stuff, nothing to really do with online. I'm not too sure. They will start to notice trends when facing repeated play calls and start using audibles, adjustments, and concept counters during the game to combat your strategy. AI control quarterbacks will play to their archetype, while mobile QBs will make plays on the run, and pocket passers will intelligently read the field. Diversify your play calling against the top QBs in the game to keep them guessing. So, yeah, it sounds like just an offline thing. I know a lot of people might get really excited and think this is a feature for online. Like if somebody runs the same plays on offense, maybe your defensive backs pick up on it. I'm not too sure that's what is being explained here. It sounds more like, an offensive adjustment thing than a defensive adjustment thing, to be honest, but I mean, let's hope for the best. This is something that, people have been asking for in Madden since the beginning of time, right? For if somebody's running the same cheese plays on me every single time, why is my defense not picking up on it and reacting to it better? So, is this a step forward at least? Hopefully. Next bullet point, tackling enhancements. This is a big one here. Tackling advancements like breakdown tackles and location-based tackles around the pylon and first down markers allow for all-out precision on defense. Ball carriers and defenders will now be more aware of where they are on the field. Right away, this sounds really cool. Ball carriers will intelligently reach for that extra yard needed for the first down or touchdown, while defenders will make an effort to prevent prevent the extra yardage, all driven by superstar abilities and player ratings. Okay. Tackling in the open field is enhanced by the breakdown tackle mechanic. That allows defenders to seamlessly get in position for a low-risk wrap tackle while intelligently anticipating contact, but make sure to time the breakdown correctly or risk a fake out. So, there's a lot packed. That's probably the most packed bullet point by far. There's a lot to break down in there. So, number one, you need to get that first down. You might be able to go down low, dive low. Instead of, like, diving into some player and, you fumble, like, really fluky trying to dive for that first down because you go head first, and Madden doesn't like it when you dive head first. Now the ball carriers might be a bit smart about that and, less risk involved for trying to lunge for that extra yard. Though, the defenders know what they're doing. If you know what you're doing as a defensive player, you might be able to wrap up, but this sounds like more of a win for the offense as far as fighting for the extra yard. Defense, we just gotta hope that like one of my pet peeves about Madden in the past couple of years is that when one player is making a tackle and then a teammate helps to make the gang tackle, once the gang tackle starts, the ball carrier actually falls forward rather than the normal tackle where it's being stood up. So, that kind of stuff I hope gets fixed up. But, the tackling definitely needs to be improved in Madden 21. So it's good to know that, it's an early talking point. And a lot of these early gameplay talking points are pretty exciting. We'll have to, of course, see it in game. So the final bullet point in this area is Superstar X Factor 2.0, the game-changing ability system that made NFL stars feel like stars just leveled up. So right away, I'm a fan of this X Factor stuff, so I'm glad they brought it back. So we'll see what they got. Explore over 50 new Superstar and X Factor abilities. Damn, fresh out of the lab, designed to elevate the stars of a new generation in Madden NFL 21. Improvements to existing abilities to balance gameplay, while new abilities enhance passing, pass rush, and ball carrier moves across every mode. So maybe, there's more to abilities than just jukebox and spin cycle, especially with these new ball carrier moves. You gotta think there's gonna be more advanced ball carrier superstar abilities than just jukebox and spin cycle and leapfrog, right? So that should be interesting. Maybe there's one that helps you with agility, one that helps you, just in general with power more than just being bulldozer or armbar. So that's going to be interesting. Maybe more quarterback abilities. Obviously pass rush seems to be really improved. So, that should be a big talking point. And speaking of talking points, so the final thing we can go over as far as this spreadsheet I have in front of me is 21 new things in the Madden 21 trailer, which by the way, I'm probably just having on repeat for this entire video. So now when you actually watch this trailer, you can look out for the 21 bullet points we will go over in this minute trailer. So first off, this is all in chronological order where they're shown in the trailer, by the way. So right away, new Las Vegas Raiders Stadium, Allegiant Stadium. Of course, the Raiders moving from Oakland to Las Vegas for this season. Next up, first look at number one overall draft pick Joe Burrow. All right, Tom Brady in Tampa uniform, whatever. Tua firing up. All right, Lamar Jackson gameplay, seamlessly linking skill stick moves. So that Lamar Jackson stuff has something to do with the new ball carrier moves, when the only time they actually showed gameplay that wasn't from replay mode. So that's something to talk about. Lamar Jackson gameplay, new X Factor, whatever that is. Quarterbacks, all the X Factor abilities for quarterbacks, none of them had to do with rushing ability, so guys like Lamar Jackson or Cam Newton, they had Freight Train for Cam, but otherwise, it was all like bazooka and, brick wall and all this kind of stuff. It was more tailored to pocket guys. So that's interesting that they're right away mentioning an X Factor for their cover athlete, which makes sense. Next up, new side hurdle skill moves. Christian McCaffrey, Darius Geis, and Saquon Barkley all showed this off. So not just a hurdle, but a side hurdle. So that's I don't really know how to break that one down. I'm letting you guys know this one so you guys can, maybe break it down for other people in the comment section, whoever actually understands what the side hurdle really means and if it's actually used for or not. Next up, we have the new dead leg skill move done by Le'Veon Bell of the Jets. So, dead leg, whatever that is. Location awareness tackles. So this is a big talking point. You'll notice everybody diving for first down. So we got Austin Eckler reaching for the goal line, Alvin Kamara reaching for a first down, Tyrann Mathieu tackle before the goal line where Tyrann pushes the guy out of bounds, and then Lamar Jackson, reaching underneath for that goal line. That normal quarterback dive animation for the pylon that you guys see, that like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar do, where you actually don't fumble in real life. Next up, new animation for speed juke. Christian McCaffrey. And this is an archetype for running backs. It says in parentheses. So speed running back. So maybe they took receiving running back out, considering they mentioned Christian McCaffrey, who was like one of the few players with that receiving archetype, along with like Alvin Kamara and maybe one other guy. So that's definitely something to know. So there might be speed and elusive and power as far as different archetypes for running backs. So yeah, maybe even receiving still might be one of them. Next up, we have a lot of pass rush stuff. So we got Matthew Judon, bull rush, super win off the line. So that bull rush ability, if you do it right, you get a super win. But I mean, that's nothing new for like Madden 20. If you had abilities, you were super winning anyways. Joey Bosa strip sack. It was in Madden 20, but will be more visible in Madden 21 with top pass rushers. So a lot of people were kind of reacting and overreacting to Joey Bosa literally taking the ball from the quarterback. So I don't remember this animation being in Madden 20, to be quite frank. Like, J.J. Watt's one of those players in regs with strip sack, and you never really notice it, but I don't know. I feel like this is just actually a new feature, despite what it says here, so definitely going to be something to watch if, guys like J.J. Watt, Joey Bosa, like, strip sack specialists are able to, Von Miller types are able to really rip that ball out, get that tomahawk chop. That'll be an interesting animation to see if they do the tomahawk chop for the ball as well, because, people aren't just ripping the ball out of quarterback's hand, so if that happens too much, that might actually be kind of annoying. So next up, we have Los Angeles Rams new uniforms, D Ford new speed rush, okay. Khalil Mack new rip move, okay. JJ Watt new spin, obviously not spinning like a running back, but spinning off the line of scrimmage off the offensive line, okay. First look at Chase Young. So they got these new, I'm guessing they just fine-tuned the pass rushing animations more than anything else. I don't know exactly how much of this is just new stuff, just seems like new animations that they're talking about. Bobby Wagner breakdown tackle, definitely interesting. Joe Burrow contextual QB throw while being hit. Okay, so that might be, of course we had the last ditch ability in Madden 20, so that might be something else. And then we have the Matt Breida skill stick juke combo. I gotta start practicing saying skill stick correctly, because that's kind of a mini tongue twister there. And that's the final bullet point there about Matt Breida. And that's the final thing we have in this breakdown. Actually, one more thing. We actually have the Madden 21 pre-order bonuses. So we'll go over that real quick. Actually, I'll probably show you guys like the screenshots that have been released as well. So maybe we'll mix it up. So here we go. So there's 3 versions of Madden 21 that you can order/pre-order. First, we have the normal edition of Madden 21, probably the normal $60 version. So the pre-order version, you get 1 of 32 NFL Team Elite Pack, kind of the same thing as for Madden 20. 5 Madden Ultimate Team Gold Team Fantasy Packs, and 1 uniform pack of your choice. Nothing special. Madden 21 Deluxe Edition. We have 3-day early access. Of course, that's important. Everybody wants those those extra 3 days. So a lot of people, any real Madden head is going to be getting at least the deluxe version. You get 7 Madden Ultimate Team Gold Fantasy Packs. You get 1 of 30. You get the same thing from the other thing. 1 of 32 NFL Elite Packs, 5 Gold Packs, and uniform of your choice. You get everything from the normal one, as well as the 7 Gold Team Fantasy Packs, 7 extra ones, and 3-day early access. Finally, we have the Madden NFL 21 MVP Edition. So we have, once again, 3-day early access. We have 12 Madden Ultimate Team Gold Fantasy Packs. So as opposed to getting the 7 from the Deluxe, you get 5 extra here. 1 large Quick Sell Training Pack. That could be maybe 1,000. I don't know what the limit will be. It might be 1K to 25K. It could be, 1K to a mil. It's probably gonna be that like 1K to 50K or something like that. So we'll see how lucky anybody gets. Madden Championship Series Ultimate Champion Pack. That might not be too important, to be honest. And then the Lamar Jackson Elite item with bonus power up if pre-orders. So that's actually kind of cool that you get the Lamar Jackson power up, because otherwise that Lamar Jackson power up might cost you a pretty penny. And then of course with the MVP edition, you get the 1 of 32 Elite Pack, 5 Gold Pack, and uniform of your choice. So yeah, basically it seems like the main differential between the deluxe edition and the MVP edition is you get yourself a quick sell pack. Like, those gold packs probably are not worth too much, and you get the Lamar Jackson. So that's really what your decision is kind of based off of. I don't know if there's any like legends you get. Like, the past couple of years, you started off with a legend if you pre-ordered like the most expensive version. Doesn't say anything about that here. Maybe we'll learn something going on, and we're gonna learn a lot more about Madden 21 the upcoming days. EA plays in a few days, I believe, and they're gonna be it might actually be tomorrow, I don't know, but they might actually dive into gameplay and show gameplay that's not from replay mode, so that should all be interesting. But these are all just, the key bullet talking points for Madden 21. EA Play Live June 18th, it says here, so 2 days away. Madden 21 Early Access August 25th, and the launch August 28th. Of course, if you get the EA Access, there might be an even earlier 5 days for you guys to play the game early, so we'll just have to see. So maybe like you can actually play Madden 21 on August 23rd as opposed to 25th or 28th. So all interesting stuff. So yeah, leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed this breakdown, if you guys learned anything, if you guys are excited about Madden 21, or if you're not excited, still leave the like on the video, because don't take out your frustrations on me. I'm just the messenger. Subscribe for more Madden stuff, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you as always for watching.